National Signing Day is this Wednesday. And National Signing Day has become really interesting. It used to be in February, and it still is, but the early signing day is when a bulk of the signings happen. To give you an idea of the landscape right now, as of tonight, Sunday night, 95% of the top 247 is committed verbally. So National Signing Day has not so much been about commitments. Now it's about flipmas, Mary Flipmas, as they say on the streets, the recruiting streets. Who's going to flip their commitment at the 11th hour? Dylan Raiola, number 2 player overall in the country, top quarterback in the country. Everybody's got their eyes on him. He's been committed to Georgia for a while. The late crystal ball momentum is with Nebraska. Nothing. It hasn't happened yet. Steve Wiltfong put out an update about 3 hours ago that said, hey, I'm speaking as Wiltfong, I still think he's going to Nebraska, but he's in contact with the Georgia staff. So this is not over. One way or another, it's not over. And he's still committed to Georgia as of tonight. I based on what I'm hearing, I don't think Auburn's going to be quiet on National Signing Day at all. I think that one way or another, they're about to make some noise, not with Raiola necessarily. I'm just saying Auburn has way too many needs, and there's way too much desperation down there. And they're way too good a recruiting staff for them to just kind of be quiet and sit idly by on signing day. Texas will not be quiet on National Signing Day. And that's a program that really is selling itself at this point. NIL top-notch, facilities top-notch, momentum, everything they've got. They're in a playoff right now. So headed to the SEC as well. Those are 2 programs I'll have my eye on. You know I'm watching the state of Florida. Okay, you know I believe that is the key to competitive balance in college football. The in-state schools recruiting well. Right now, Florida State is 4th, Florida is 5th, and Miami is 9th. Everybody's watching KJ Bolden at Florida State. He's the number 1 safety in the country out of Buford. Yet another Buford Wolf leaving the state of Georgia. He's been committed to FSU. Folks are still, let's see. Now, he said all the right things as recently as today. Auburn's lurking. Miami's lurking. So until you see the ink, not only on the paper, but the ink is dry on the paper, just keep one eye open. I don't need to tell Florida State fans that they've been through Travis Hunter in recent history. So they know. They don't take any of this stuff for granted. Florida's class at number 5 feels very shaky. And that's the best way I can describe it right now. You see my fingers crossed. I'm pulling for you guys, not against you, but things seem shaky right now. DJ Lagway, the quarterback, seems like he's pretty solidly in the fold. There's some other names I don't feel as confident about. Let's see, though. Let's see. You know how quickly Billy Napier can tweet out that sunglasses smiley emoji, and things can change for the better. I spoke it into existence the other day. I am speaking it into existence again. Napier smiley face emoji, maybe several, between now and National Signing Day. Let's make it happen. Miami's at number 9 right now. I would expect them to rise. Miami is hunting right now. As National Signing Day approaches, they will not be quiet. The next 72 to 96 hours, man, how far out are we going to go? It's like an extended forecast, are going to be very, very active, very volatile. And Miami is a team that kind of scares everyone because the quieter they are, the more you think it may be your back that they're sneaking up behind. So one way or another, Miami will be a team that we talk about a lot on National Signing Day. I just don't know where the attack's going to come quite yet. I would like to draw your attention to a little stat that we uncovered. The SEC and the Big Ten, the Power Two, as some are calling them in the future. It's an unpopular term, but it's just reality. You don't have to like it. I don't have to like it. But if you believe that talent acquisition is the name of the game, then you need to understand something. As we sit here tonight, I'm looking at the 24/7 Sports team recruiting rankings. It is a bleak, bleak picture if you are not a Big Two fan. 16 of the top 20 classes are Big Ten or SEC programs. And I think it was like 19 of the top 25. That's not going to change. If anything, more of the oxygen will be taken up by those two. The Big 12's top class right now is Texas Tech at number 21. So, like the Big Ten and the SEC have 16 in the top 20. A conference like the Big 12 doesn't have one. And it's not to dunk on these teams. Like, I think Joey McGuire and his team, they had a really good bowl game performance. They have a lot of momentum. Like, it's an upward trending program. That's a really nice program. They're putting together a really nice class. I'm trying to paint you the picture and give you an idea of how wide that gap is between what we consider pretty good, nice, and what like 16 of the top 20 are doing, and they're all in 2 conferences. Chip Kelly didn't want it this way, but it is this way.